Pakistan calls it a climate-induced humanitarian crisis of massive proportions as over 30 million people are affected by the unprecedented floods that hit the country. The country that has a population of over 220 million has seen over 1,000 people killed and another 30 million people affected by the floods. A national emergency has been declared following the heavy rains that have continued to flash out over 30 districts. The Prime Minister for Climate Change, Senator Sherry Raymond, says it's the worst flood that the country has seen in recent memory. Rivers are seen leveling out in two large flat plains, making it look like an ocean. These floods have by far suppressed the floods that hit Pakistan in 2010. A number of affected people have, however, not yet gotten help due to the fact that the floods have flushed out all major railways and roads, making it hard for the rescue teams to access them. However, the government has been able to reach some areas like the southwestern Pakistan city of Quetta that has been heavily affected by the floods. The Navy has been deployed as well in order to help out fasten the rescue efforts. Climate activists have, however, blamed the floods on climate change and heavy environmental degradation. They also blame the government for allowing developers carry on with projects that later go on to affect the environment in the long run. The current floods go on to make Pakistan the fifth victim of climate change in the world. Following the announcement of withdrawal from politics by the powerful Iraqi cleric Muqtada al-Sadr on Monday, violent clashes erupted inside Baghdad's heavily fortified green zone. Hundreds of protesters stormed Iraq's Republican palace inside the zone following the announcement. The Republican Palace is where the Iraqi cabinet sits, and Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kahadimi has now suspended all meetings of his government until further notice. According to a statement released by his office, the Prime Minister has urged al-Sadr to help call on the demonstrators to withdraw from government institutions. The country's President Barham Salih also urged calm, saying in a statement on Monday that the difficult circumstance that our country is going through requires everyone to abide by calm, restrain, prevent escalation, and ensure that the situation does not slip into unknown and dangerous libels in which everyone will lose. Al-Sadr said he had made a decision 2 months ago not to interfere in political affairs, but he was now announcing his final retirement from politics and shutting down all his political offices across the country, according to a statement released by his office on Monday. The announcement came after weeks of tension and protests that were sparked by al-Sadr's decision in June to order his entire political bloc to withdraw from the Iraqi parliament in an apparent show of force after months of political stalemate. The military declared a full curfew, including on vehicles and pedestrians, starting from 3:30 p.m. local time in the capital city and 7 p.m. local time in the rest of the country. The curfew will be in place until further notice, according to a military statement. The United Nations Assistance Mission in Iraq, UNAMI, has also urged protesters leave governmental buildings and to allow the government to continue its responsibilities of running the state for the Iraqi people. Kevin Kasoma, CTV